USA Global TV and Radio proudly presents the Royally Rich Lifestyle Show, starring Ian Pelham Turner and Helena CHARD. Brought to you in part by the British School of Excellence, Investors in People. This program is brought to you in part by the British School of Excellence and founder, Mr. Philip Sykes, building confidence, changing lives. Do you share our view that etiquette is a set of modern life skills that are essential for personal and professional success? Join us as an etiquette coach and change people's lives through the power of etiquette and manners.
The last few days have been really amazing. I had a trainer course from the British School of Etiquette.
And I must say it's been one of the best decisions I've ever made and one of the best investments I've made in my own training and development.
Now, words alone will not describe the transformation and the positive path that I have traveled with the British School of Etiquette.
I found I learned a lot from the lessons this time I came.
The last few days with the British School of Etiquette have been fantastic.
And what I've learned now is really beyond my expectations.
This is the most rewarding experience and the best investment I have made this year.
It was just great. I learned so much, and when I go back to Belgium I will incorporate a lot of it into my day-to-day life and business.
It's been absolutely wonderful for the whole week that we were here.
I feel transformed, and I feel like blowing a trumpet and tell people, come and do this school, this class is the best, this is the best school ever.
You should take it. It will change your life immediately.
I am now able to teach other people how to bring the best of them.
Thank you. Thank you, BSc.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you to our clients for their testimonials on the Train the Trainer program. Our exponential and global growth is so significant that we've evolved from the British School of Etiquette to the British School of Excellence, where we're investors in people. Let us invest in you and your career. Contact us to become an etiquette coach. Go to thebritishschoolofexcellence.com. Start your career and elevate your success today.
Welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, where our mission is to provide education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. USA Global TV and Radio connects you with experts and audiences all around the world every single day to help you succeed in business and to live a richer life. Visit us at usaglobaltv.com to learn about career and life-changing training and mentoring programs like the Listening Mentor. Subscribe to our newsletter to stay informed about our special programs and offers. Discover how you can become a guest on one of our shows or a host or producer of a USA Global TV and Radio show of your very own. That's USA Global TV and Radio, where the doctor is always in.
Hello and welcome to another Royally Rich Lifestyle show with me, Ian Pelham Turner.
And me, Helena CHARD.
It's full of news today. Let's roll the titles and let's start the show. What a week. Oh, royal things are happening, and then royal appointments are being cancelled, election fever,
Absolutely. I mean, so we have the general election has been called for the 4th of July. So what a presidential date that is. Parliament dissolving May the 30th. But what's happened now is obviously the royal family are having to postpone events. And what's unusual about this is that we've never really been notified in the past. Late Queen Elizabeth would never have referred to it, so it's a different kind of situation that we're being advised. I mean, I can understand why, because obviously the royal family can't be seen to be lending favour to any party and have to keep neutrality.
Absolutely, and Charles has been caught out as well, because 4th of July he's in Edinburgh, having the garden parties in Edinburgh.
Yes.
Of course, he's got to come back on the 5th to receive the new Prime Minister.
Yeah, and will he be well enough? I mean, I've got a feeling maybe that will happen, still continue. There's so many different, I mean, it's the busiest time, isn't it, for the royals? And we've got the 80th D-Day celebrations coming up in France, and all the ceremonial events, the Trooping of the Colour, Order of the Garter, Royal Ascot. And one of the things coming up, I think late July, is the Japanese state visit, but they still think that possibly will take place because we've got, you know, all the leaders will be there. So it's not just one preferential party.
It's one of these things. I mean, obviously, it was rumoured that Charles was going to ride from Buckingham Palace to Trooping of the Colour. And I mean, all power to him if he can do that. You know, I think at the moment, but he's doing an incredible job right now. William, I think, is really trying to sort of hold the royal family together again as well. And obviously, there's Kate.
I think a lot of the royal family are being stoic and very, very strong, and it's just lovely to see them out and about. And I think I'm going to start with a very sunny Chelsea flower show, absolutely in bloom. Members of the public can go there at the moment, and it's absolutely stunning. We saw the King and Queen there on the VIP day, and obviously, as we know, King Charles is patron of Chelsea Flower Show, but really good fun because they saw lots of school children. There was Sullivan Primary School, and I think the King and Queen were invited to the I don't know, what's it called, the No Adults Allowed, and they were given that special badge.
But we also commemorate, obviously, because the Queen, this used to be one of her favourite things, and so I think we're showing an image of the Queen when she was visiting Chelsea Flower Show each year as well. And it was one of the things, because she was a great gardener, wasn't she? She loved doing gardening. I gather at Windsor Castle, used to go around with a trowel and deadhead flowers and all sorts of things.
Well, just like King Charles, who loves his horticulture. So, yes, he was King of Compost on his badge, and Camilla was Queen of Bees. So they were having a chuckle there. And obviously there was the Bridgerton Garden, and obviously Camilla, I think, Queen Camilla has watched that. So all fun and games. But also the Princess of Wales was sadly missed. We saw her last year connecting with the children, as she does so well. So everyone's been thinking, you know, and wishing her well. But all equally as well, I mean, there's been lots of trolling going on, unfortunately. It's come back, this where is Kate situation, rearing their heads. I mean, but this just happens to so many people, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And if you look at, I mean, you know, we go back to the video of her, you know, when she announced that she was suffering from the effects of cancer as well.
Yeah. But
and so, you know, I mean, you know, I think at the moment, let's be honest, both of us get asked questions all the time about what is happening to the gate.
But she's doing well. No, but she's doing okay. If you listen to William, how he's talking, the fact that he's out and about. I mean, that's obviously that says that she's doing okay. And just to remember as well, we've been advised as well that she's so excited about this landmark report that's come out, prioritising early childhood for a happier, healthy society. And that's what she does. That's her lifelong passion. But this project, it's supposedly going to boost the economy by 45 billion a year. And it's the task force, which is to do with 8 of Britain's biggest businesses. And it's how to incorporate and encourage other businesses to have family-friendly, you know, businesses. And that will really help the 1 to 5 year olds. So I mean, it's really admirable. So we're thinking about Princess of Wales, and she's there working behind the scenes, but obviously will not be seen until she's signed off by her doctors.
Yes.
And moving on, the portrait. So the Princess of Wales has a new portrait that's come out that we're going to see on the front of Tatler, I believe, in June, or is it July? I can't think now, but June or July. And this was it's a lovely artist who I don't know that much about, in fact. She's British-Zambian artist, Hannah Uzor, and the picture is of the Princess of Wales at her first banquet of the year. She's wearing a Jenny Packham dress, and she's got the lover's knot tiara on, and looks beautiful. But it's lots of people have sort of said that they're not too keen on it. It's a lot of controversy around it. I happen to believe I think it's quite beautiful. I think she looks quite elegant, and there's a strength. And the whole idea is it's supposed to honour her courage and dignity. I do happen to think it looks like Princess Mary of Denmark, but there we go. It's a very creative time at the moment.
But the weather is hitting everything at the moment. Rishi Sunak in Downing Street trying to announce the general election, and Prince William under a brolly.
Absolutely, but that was at the beginning of the week. So, but you know, what family unity we saw. So Prince William hosted his first garden party of the year, and his cousins joined him in support. So I'm really thrilled about that, because we've been talking about wanting the cousins to step up, and they always do. But we saw Princess Beatrice and Eugenie, Peter Phillips, and Zara and Mike Tyndall. And I have to say, Zara looked absolutely stunning. I think everyone looked very elegant, and that's where we're missing the Princess of Wales. But Zara in her wonderful outfit. So really good to see, and chatting, and all cups of tea, lots of sandwiches.
Absolutely. And then finally, we've got the Prince's Trust.
Yeah, so we saw the Prince's Trust Awards and TK Maxx and the Home Sense Awards. That was at Theatre Royal Drury Lane. Again, another very rainy day at the beginning of the week. They were celebrating the extraordinary achievements of young people that are supported by the Prince's Trust. So it was a really star-studded event, Anton Deck hosting. And just to remind ourselves that the Prince's Trust was set up in 1976 and helps young people 11 to 30 into education, training and jobs. And from there, King Charles hosted a fabulous reception the other day for them.
Anyway, we have another person waiting to come on from America now. So we're going to just take a short break, and then we're going to bring on Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck from USA Global TV. Stay tuned. Okay, welcome back. And now we have the wonderful Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck from USA Global TV. Jacalyn, good afternoon to you. I know it's good morning.
Hey.
Hello, hello. Yes, it is a beautiful morning here in sunny Florida in the US of A, where we're about to celebrate Memorial Day weekend. So thank you to all who have served and who are serving.
Excellent, excellent. So Jacalyn, how is the royal family being perceived at the moment in America?
Oh my goodness, every day it's something new, isn't it? I can't keep up with everything that's going on. Well, obviously, people are very concerned about the health situation and very concerned about the level of support that's being given to the royal family. So I think people are just holding them in their arms and holding their hands out and saying, how can we support you? Because everybody here loves the royal family. What's not to love?
Gosh, that's lovely to hear. We're the same here, but we hear lots of different rumours coming from America about the royal family, and it's always very intriguing. Obviously, we've got our finger on the pulse, but also, Dr. Jacalyn, you do so much, which is wonderful, but we know that you are fabulous with your book, or should I say books, because you've written so many of them, and we know that something's coming out tomorrow. It would be lovely to hear a little bit about your books.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Tomorrow will be my 17th book, and the book is called Lady Ella Joins the Gym. So I don't have it with me because it's not released yet, so even an author can't get a copy. But I do have the first book, which is the first in the series, The Amazing Adventures of Lady Ella, the Listening Mentor. And Lady Ella is a special ladybug, and she lives in Ladybugville. And she really works for Mother Earth and Father Universe. She travels across the world, and she just got back from the solar system, where she teaches creatures, animals, and creatures how to listen. And I'll just show you very quickly that every animal in the book represents a real person who took my course, The Power of Elevated Listening. There we have DIANN, FLOYD, BOEHM, and she was Zell. And then also the books are all dedicated to my beautiful great niece, Ella. And there she is. And of course, now she's going to be 3 this year. So that's the next stage. After she comes back from the solar system, Mother Earth calls Lady Ella on her little leaf phone, and she says, why don't you take some time for self-care? And she joins the gym, and then she teaches animals there how to listen to their bodies and not to overexert themselves, and also how to get along and listen.
And Jacalyn, how is USA Global TV getting on? You seem to be surprising us all the time with new innovations.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. We are growing by leaps and bounds. We just had a Mother's Day special where people had the opportunity to record one show, one episode, to see if they like being a TV show host. And we had a bunch of people sign up. And so we've got new people who've joined our platform. They liked it so much. And we're also expanding, in addition to Roku Worldwide and E360 TV, Amazon Fire, Amazon Live. We're now on Zizzle TV. So keep watching, keep following, keep subscribing. We want to hear from you. We want you to join our platform and share your voice.
Gosh. Excellent. And also, Jacalyn, because we're hearing more and more how people of a certain age especially are snacking on TV, not watching the traditional TV, but, you know, watching it on YouTube and all the platforms that you're on. Have you heard that more and more?
I've definitely heard that, and a very wise friend who may or may not be sitting here today with me gave me the advice to tell me about where it is that people want to be able to consume. They want to be able to consume the news, their entertainment, anywhere they want, anytime they want, when they want. So we are on all the right places, all the right platforms, and we're going to continue to expand because we want to be where the people are watching.
And Jacalyn, can I bring you back to the royal family for a minute? I mean, how much do you think The Crown, you know, the TV series The Crown on Netflix, how much has that influenced America? Do Americans believe that what they watched on The Crown was the truth?
Thank you for the question. Actually, I've asked numerous people that over time, and I've watched the series myself, I think 3 times. And I think you get sucked in and you do believe that it's all true. And then when you take a step back, you say to yourself, wait a minute, I don't know about that. That seems like it's just made for television or for Netflix. But I do think that it gave some insights that people were really interested in learning more about, because we didn't know as much about Diana and about Charles and their relationship and what was really going on. And I think it gave some insights so that you could see a different perspective. So I think people really enjoyed the series, and I think that they did believe and do believe parts of it, but not all of it.
Do you think that, because obviously Charles's infidelity in reality with Camilla, do you think that's affected his reign in America? Do women see him in a different way in America because of that?
I would say no, because we have that here in the States with our leaders. It seems to be going on a regular basis. And I think what people realize is that we're all humans and we all make choices. And at the moment, it seems like it's the choice, but really, who are we to sit in judgment of anyone else?
Absolutely.
Correct.
That's interesting. And I love the fact that in a way, the Crown has made everyone more interested, I think, in the royal family, rather than a negative, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely.
It's great.
I have seen so much information about the royal family in the last 2 years, I believe more than ever. People love the royal family, and it doesn't matter what generation you're in. I've asked some people this week in their 20s, and they're just as fascinated as people who are in the older generation. So I think that people want to learn more, but they want them to be happy. The royal family are people. They
Absolutely.
are humans. They want them to be happy.
Oh.
Excellent. So, Jacalyn, finally, how can people get in contact with you?
I'm so easy to find because all you have to do is Google me. You can look up Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck. You can go to our website, usaglobaltv.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is USA Global TV and Radio. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Jacalyn. It's always a joy having you with us. And we'll see you very soon.
We'll see you again soon. Thank you so much for your time
Thanks
today.
for having me.
Bye now. Okay, so we're just going to take another very short break, and then we're going to bring on Philip Sykes from the British School of Excellence. Stay tuned. Welcome back, and now we have Philip Sykes from the British School of Excellence, our great friend, and guess what, the Globetrotter as well. Okay, Philip, where are you today?
A lovely time and day to see you both. Thank you very much as always. And I'm reporting to you from the beautiful country Greece, which is really an amazing part of the world. Managed to get some coaching and training, working for a fine establishment just before their season really gets crazy. And I'm thrilled to be joining you today as always.
Bless you.
Perfect.
So obviously it's the general elections now. If you were sort of giving guidance to MPs, what would be the etiquette and really the importance of presenting themselves well, and what type of ethics should they be looking at?
Great question, Ian, as always. Firstly, communication and the campaign conduct. Honesty, integrity. We need to be clear as politicians. They need to provide truthful, proper information, not make false promises or misleading statements, and the integrity is fundamental. We need to be very clear, and politicians need to be respectful. I think respectful discourse is the word I'm looking for. Engage in a respectful debate, avoiding personal attacks. And this is something I've always found very shocking, is these personal attacks that take place. I think it's untoward, and it really does get the hair up on many people's backs, so to speak. And it doesn't show great etiquette and manners, and the old adverse saying of, act until you become, or, do unto us you wish him to do unto you. That's not the behavior that we need to be seeing right now. Language is fundamental, and let's not do anything in the sense of defamation of our opponent, of our opponents. I think that is crucial. You've seen that too many times, or should I say one too many times. The transparency from the politicians, be open about policies and the funding behind it, and any potential conflicts of interest that might be in the pipeline. There needs to be transparency. That is fundamental. We need to have the responsibility in public statements, and really be careful with public statements to avoid spreading misinformation or causing undue panic or unrest. And then again, I think presentation, public appearance and interactions are fundamental. I think professional appearance is absolutely key. Dressing appropriately to connect with your audience, reflecting the sort of seriousness and respect for the position that they stand for and seek, that they're looking for. These politicians, they need to be punctual. They need to be on time. They need to really learn to connect and engage with their voters. Remember, ladies and gentlemen out there, people buy people, and people tend to do business with people they like and trust. So this is key from a politician's point of view, is they've got to build that rapport and that real confidence, and they've got to take on those concerns with really good answers. They've got to think things through, not to worm their way out of a question that they might be asked.
Philip, that's great. So obviously tolerance, I think, features highly in there as well, and it makes a peaceful world. How about, there's all these things really that everyone should be honest, etc. But what about the can-do attitude, really, and being able to relate that energy to everybody going forward?
That's a great question. This is what this is all about, is not only being able to relate that energy, but to relay the message, and then to be able to follow through on what you've put out in the public zone, and not to retract on what you've shared and said, because you can give lip service and people may believe you in the short term, but once you've taken office and you start letting people down, those people that you've let down don't have a recourse to chuck you out and put someone else in place. And this is where there are just so many points of letdown.
I think as well, thinking about our political system, we've had lots of lies upon lies upon lies, and the general public have now just had enough. It's almost like there's some kind of revolt, and everyone just, wants to bin it, and everyone wants justice. So, how can any political leader sort of push themselves through? Again, I guess it's etiquette, but is there anything absolutely special that they need? Is there a special nugget that, you can win people over?
I think they need to be transparent, they need to be truthful, there needs to be a very strong sense of great authenticity, Helena and Ian. This is something that you can't for 1 second just paint over. The authenticity aspect of this has to be seen, it has to be, people must feel it. And for the politicians, as people say, oh, that's a very political answer, or you've answered that like a politician. They say that because politicians have this incredible skill set, and I don't even like to use it call it a skill, but it is a skill that they've adopted of worming their way around from a direct question. They can't say yes or no. They blah, 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 and they don't actually know how to answer a lot of this. And there are many politicians, I don't want to name anyone in particular, that are taskmasters at this. How do we as the public start to connect with a potential new government, new prime minister? That's a big question. And people out there running for office really need to go back to square one and understand that whatever you are putting in the manifestos, whatever you are putting in, whatever it might be, whether it be budgets, the hospital plans, you need to have your ducks in a row. You need to have your research in line. You need to have your researchers on your side, that you're getting factual information, because that is where this sort of stems from.
And you're in Greece at the moment, Philip. So do people in Greece look at what's happening in Britain right now? Partly with the politics, but also obviously they have the Greek royal family as well. Is there an interest, do you find, with the British royal family in Greece?
Not that I've picked up on, Ian, at this stage. I haven't really had an opportunity to discuss this particular announcement because it's so fresh, and I think a lot of people around the world are sort of either only receiving this news now or will have received it and they're digesting it. So at the moment, I haven't got any sort of insight into where the Greek population stand on what's happening in the United Kingdom.
And also, just one thing that I'm thinking finally, what would you say to people here in the UK who sort of think, oh, I don't know if I can be bothered to vote. I don't think I can, enter into it all. What would be your words of wisdom?
I would like everyone to vote, but vote with the right head or not. Don't vote with your heart. Look at the facts. Look at what people are sharing and saying. There's a lot of lip service out there, and the lip service, put it this way, we wouldn't have left the EU, and I know that's a controversial sort of statement, but we would never have left the EU if people had have woken up and really, really listened. In other words, listen to understand, not to just take a wild reaction or a wild stab at who we should vote for, how we should vote. Think about getting your ducks in a row, because this is not going to affect us in the next immediate year, but think about the couple of years ahead of us, because this could have a dramatic effect on all our lives, and especially the up-and-coming youngsters in this world. Some of us in the game of golf are on the back nine. Some, Ian, you might be paying, I don't know what particular hole you're teeing off, but, we've all got age on our side. And for the youngsters in this world, we really need to be thoughtful. And there was no thought that went into sort of leaving the EU. I truly believe that, having been involved in discussions with people in pretty high places on the aftermath and that knee-jerk sort of reaction to the whole thing.
Bless you, Philip. And so finally, again, how can people get in contact with you?
Certainly. Please look at our website, www.The School of Excellence, formerly the British School of Etiquette. If you dial any of those into your Google or your search engine, you will come up with our website. And please feel free to reach out to us at hello@thebritishschoolofexcellence.com.
Thank you so much. And have a great time in Greece.
You too, and I look forward to seeing you next week.
Excellent. Thank you. Bye now.
A wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye. Well, that was another very good show. Lots of food for thought again, I think. And I think, you know, with all the news that's going on right now, we're going to be very, very busy.
Yeah, we are very busy.
Over the next few weeks. I think it's going to be incredible. But as, you know, time is rushing on at the moment as well. So, again, I'd like to thank Helena Castrati from ALB UK TV and Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck from USA Global TV, and obviously Philip Sykes from the British School of Excellence at the same time. 3 great people who are really helping us to produce the Royally Rich Lifestyle Show out each week.
Yeah, good stuff, isn't it?
It is. So from me, Ian Pelham Turner.
And from me, Helena CHARD.
Stay tuned, stay happy, and we will see you again next week. Bye for now.